Oh, the joy of relationships. They start out exciting, fun, thrilling, and then sometimes they feel frustrating and upsetting and confusing. Well, how do we make sense of the relationships that are in our life, whether it's our spouse, our children, or even our boss? Well, I have an expert today, Cathy Lumsden, who is going to help us with our relationships and to help us have that better connection. Cathy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm thrilled.
Now, you wrote an incredible book, and I love the title of it.
Yes, The Best Advice Your Mother Never Gave You, a guide to finding love in the 21st century.
So how did you come up with that title?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Our moms didn't know, our dads didn't know, our grandparents didn't know how to create an emotionally connected, healthy relationship. They didn't have the time, right? They didn't have the resources. So now we know, in the 21st century, we have the answers.
So when I think about my parents, and so many of my friends, their parents, they haven't had success in relationships. I mean, our parents have been divorced, maybe some have never remarried. I know parents who just, after one relationship failed, they just shut down, and there was never anyone in their life again.
And that is so common. Even some of the young people. I actually spoke to a woman today. She's like early 30s. She has no desire to be in a relationship. She's scared to death. So people are starting to see that that so-called institute, number one, isn't working anymore. But they're feeling inside that they can't handle another heartbreak, because heartbreak is anguish. It is anguish.
So where do we go from here? You know, if we're afraid to be in a relationship, if we've created a barrier around ourselves, how do we break through that?
Well, first thing is we need to change your perception about that. So, for example, we all have old belief systems. I call them blueprints. Feeling like we're not important, feeling like we're not good enough, feeling like we're failing, or feeling like we're alone. And then, as little people, we develop coping styles. Some of us become pleasers, some of us have a need to control, some of us are order and superiority, I know best all the time, and some just avoid. Every single person has them. The blueprint goes off into your adult life, and every relationship is affected by it. So, how do you change your perception? Well, first of all, we have to get the black sunglasses off, because I'm feeling like I don't matter. I'm feeling like my husband doesn't care about me. I don't matter, my needs. I don't even know what my needs are with my sunglasses on.
So if I see someone with black sunglasses on, is that what they're thinking?
No. No, this is just a fun exercise. This is just for fun. So I say to people, what's a different perception? How about we look at it through rose-colored glasses? Okay? What's the world look like this way? Well, it's perfect. Is it reality? No, but either are the black sunglasses, but people think the black sunglasses are reality, right? So how about we look just through facts? What are the facts? That you actually are not good enough, SpongeBob. There aren't any facts most of the time. If you actually stop and think about your thinking, ask your friends. Ask your friends sometimes. When you're really down, you need to get that. So changing your perception is extremely important, number one. 80-20 rule, 80% of your emotional reactivity is coming from those old belief systems. Catch it, know it. Know that your partner who's reacting at you also has an old blueprint to help you stop personalizing it. These are just a few tips that I talk about.
Now, Cathy, you are truly an expert. You're an Adlerian psychotherapist. And how long have you been in practice?
Over 25 years. Worked with over 100,000 different clients throughout my life, yes.
Now, I understand that this is your first book. Do you have another one that's coming out?
Yes, I'm writing another book, co-authoring it with Evita Roche, and it's called Talking Naked.
Talking Naked. That's an interesting sounding book. What does it mean to be talking naked? Is it what it sounds like?
No, no. It's how can you be transparent in a relationship? How can you learn to be authentic and not be frightened to be who you really are? Right? Because a lot of us feel like if you get too close to me and you really find out what I'm like, you're going to leave me. And that's number one fear that everybody has, is you're going to leave me, I'm going to be alone, and I'm not going to be loved.
That's interesting that that's the number one fear, that you're going to leave me. I mean, I do see that not only within my friendships, and it makes sense. But how do we make peace with that fear of being left or abandonment? Abandonment.
Well, first of all, we need to really understand that that is a story. It's not a reality. That is your blueprint. So catch yourself finding yourself talking that way and change your thinking around.
Cathy, so I understand you have an exercise that you want to show us.
Yes, an imagery. It's very powerful.
Okay, so let's go take a look at that right now.
Okay. So Janine, what I want you to do is think of a time when you were emotionally upset, angry, hurt, whatever you choose.
Probably this last year or so, dealing with a mother who has dementia, who is very challenging.
So what are the dominant feelings that come up for you?
I just try to stay positive and try to change the subject, and we have a lot of drop conversations.
And what I want you to do is put your creative thinking cap on, and I want you to create 4 different images that help change.
There's a large tree that's there. Another one is down below what looked like a bottomless pit, just endless water. There's a safety harness on me that I didn't realize was there, so if I fall, I won't fall. The safety harness will just swing me below, and I'll be safe and in control.
And secure.
And secure.
Good. Okay. How are you feeling now about interacting with your mom?
More peaceful, much more at rest. I'm not upset. I'm just peacefully breathing through it.
Lovely. Love it.
That was powerful.
It's extremely powerful. Imagery uses a totally different side of the brain. We can talk ourselves into things, but imagery is extremely powerful. Athletes, Olympic athletes use it, astronauts use it. Very powerful.
Cathy Lumsden, thank you so much for being here with us, and your book, The Best Advice Your Mother Never Gave You, and Talking Naked, coming out soon. And thank you again for being here on the show.
Thanks, Kristen. It was great.